Hi, Dyslexic Genius here, Brad Hurt. What I'm going to talk about is a four-spring Brunswick motor like this. This is like the beast of Rolls-Royce motors, and these are the Rolls-Royce of motors. But to get it to this position, and I'm sorry I didn't film it, but I'll film later on reassembly. To get the top of the motor board off, this piece here, you have to take off the brake system, which is this.
Okay, how does that come off?
So this comes off. You have to reach in, and this is hooked to the braking system on the governor, and you have to undo that little screw, pull this off, and now the whole brake system will come off the top of the machine. This is just to get it apart. These things are like doing a Swiss watch. And then you have to unhook all the braking system and the speed control system, and I'll show you how to put it together in another video. But what I want to show you is how to get the motor apart. This is a simple part, but it gets extremely complicated. One thing about these motors are, this is the governor, and this is a fiber gear. And we do not oil those fiber gears. The other thing is, this casting on this side and this casting on this side have alignment pins in them. But to get these off, you have to to get this part off the main body, you have 6 screws. And the nice about these are, these things just balance around. So we have screw, 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 screw. And these get pretty tight in here to get them apart. I've loosened that one. So what you do is you get a good screwdriver that fits the slot very well. You put a small crescent wrench on it, and then you push down on the motor, and it'll pop. It'll pop loose. You just come in here, and it'll pop it. And what this does, the reason I do it this way, this keeps the screwdriver from rotating out of the slot of the screw and boogering it up. Once you get all 6 screws out, they're not very critical, but they get a little tight. So you can come in here with the screwdriver and you can just give this, stick it in here and give the motor a little, see how I use these 2 big castings and I just kind of turn it and it pulls out. And right there, you can see the centering pin in between the castings. Now what you'll do is you'll roll it over, and we'll do the same thing here. You see how I just turn the screwdriver and it breaks it loose.
So you're not prying it off?
I'm not prying it off. It works like a gear puller when you do with a screwdriver, and it just pops it a little. And then you will wiggle a little. Sometimes they don't want to play. So you'll take a soft hammer. Well, this is a copper hammer, but you can use a lead hammer and just, there, it'll just pop off just like that. And you'll set this here. And now you have to take this monstrosity apart. In these, these 2 barrels are 2 gears, and the gears are going in 2 different directions, because when this cranks, the shaft comes through here and then it cranks up both barrels. What I would recommend, if you're going to work on this, I would do 1 barrel at a time. So I'm going to do this barrel first. I'll take it apart, redo everything, put it back in, then I'll pull this barrel out and redo everything.
Now each barrel contains how many springs?
2 springs. This is a 4-spring motor. So now you have to gently pull that apart. There we go. Here's the 2 gears for the cranking shaft. And then we can see these two brass gears. You want to check the brass gears. And these are looking good. No burrs, no breaking in the gears. That's really good. So now what we'll do is we will pull this barrel out.
It just slides
It
out?
just slides out. And now you can disassemble this barrel, put the spring, that way when you do one spring at a time on these, you'll know what direction these springs come out and what directions these springs go back in. The customer wanted me to put in new springs, and I've already ordered new springs. You know, this is a lot of fun, and that's my tip for the day.